Where oh where has Superman's family gone? And with Rogol Zaar rampaging through Metropolis, maybe their absence is for the best. Well, let's hop on into the Man of Steel issue number 4 and find out if that's true, everyone. Alrighty then, so picking up from where the comic had left off, Superman and Supergirl had been lured to Metropolis by Rogol Zaar to have themselves a big knockdown, drag-out fight. As Superman quickly discovers, Rogol Zaar isn't only strong and smart, he's also fast, like inhumanly fast, like breaking the laws of physics fast. And that's because, well, they seek to imply that Rogol Zaar's staff is actually what's powering him, but that he may be powered in the same way that Superman is powered by Earth's yellow sun. Another thing you're probably going to notice here is that Jason Fabok only did the art for some of these pages, and because of that, the whole thing kind of shifts in quality all over the place. Even with his cousin Supergirl's help, Superman just cannot seem to win this fight, and the savage beating ends up knocking loose a memory of what happened to Lois and John. We see the same strange craft caked in light, only this time we actually get to see who's piloting it. It's Jor-El, aka Mr.Oz, who, if you'll recall, was seemingly stolen from the moment of his death by Dr. Manhattan, only to be disappeared once again at the end of that story. This is also where things get weird, because Jor-El introduces himself as Jor-El to Lois and John, and they act like this is the first time they're meeting him, even though that's totally not true. Jor-El says he's come to take the boy away, no word as to where, although if I had to guess, I would say to try and save him from Rogol Zaar, but it's never exactly stated. Superman also treats seeing his dad again like it's no big deal, despite the fact that, you know, he was really rocked to his core, that he could have possibly been resurrected and as a bad guy. Now back in the present, the events of this story catch up with the events of Action Comic number 1000, and we see the fight post-Superman getting his ass kicked. Rogol Zaar talked a big game about cleansing the Kryptonian race, and yet weirdly enough, when the moment came, he seemingly didn't kill him. Superman then decides that it's time to contact his son at the Fortress of Solitude, which he can't do because Rogol Zaar already wrecked it, but Rogol Zaar correctly assumed that that's where Superman would be going next after their fight. Once again, Rogol makes a point of saying that he knew Superman's father, Jor-El. In fact, he says that he knew him better than his son ever possibly could. And then this next part here is kind of confusing because of the art. Either Rogol Zaar hits Superman with his solar-powered weapon and causes a massive explosion, or Superman uses his big new 52 solar flare attack. Either way though, that's the end of the comic. So that was the Man of Steel issue number 4, everybody, and remember how I said in the last 2 issues that I've been warming up to Bendis' take on Superman? Well, this one kinda chilled me out again. I really didn't expect Bendis to go back to the Mr.Oz well. I had assumed that that stuff was done and over with, and done so well, why would anyone want to touch it again? Here it feels like Bendis only read the Cliff Notes version. Rogol Zaar also starts pulling new powers out of his ass at a very alarming rate, where before he was just, you know, really strong, really honorable warrior guy. Now he's apparently super fast and has solar weapons. He's got all the powers. He's got all the powers he needs. He has all the powers all the time. By far, though, the most disappointing thing about this issue, and the thing that brings it down and really makes it the awkward middle child of this miniseries, is the artwork. I mean, I know the stuff with Jor-El was the important stuff, so I'm glad that's the stuff that looked the best, but man, is it jarring. I hope this isn't indicative of some bigger slide in quality, because I think that would really hurt me, especially because I was just starting to get excited about what the future of Superman would hold under Bendis. Overall, though, still probably not the worst thing I read this week, which is why I'll be generous and give it a 6 out of 10.